We about to pop in. What's going on, everybody? Oh, let me turn this back down.
I can't do that shit.
I had to listen to the music.
I understand.
What is going on, y'all?
Video. All right, video. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm tired. I am so tired from doing way too much over these last couple of days.
I got too many clothes. Fuck.
Did you get hot again?
Man, my shirt tight as fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
No. I'm good.
You want me to raise the window back up?
No.
You need to quit trying to act like you just got so big, Rich. Talking about your shirt is tight.
The camera right in front of me. Where's the camera? Oh,
The
that's
camera's
the camera
right
yeah,
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I'm looking at.
You're supposed to be looking at me. You don't need to look at the camera. We having a conversation.
I'm trying to get my.
Look, y'all. He's a newbie.
Yeah,
Matt
right.
joined us here today to talk about.
Torch Cigar Lounge.
We don't. Can I keep it out? He gonna get put out the show.
He gave me some input already.
He gave you some input. You had to talk about.
I said,
want to promote yourself.
We're gonna promote you.
We're gonna definitely promote you. Most definitely promote you. That's the whole reason why we brought you on. But before we go there, listen. When I tell y'all I'm tired. Hey JC. How are you, darling? I keep telling you, JC, I'm gonna need to get you to come on and join us on the patio or either in the studio. You need to come on now.
Oh.
Yeah. I ain't hollered at JC in a while. I'm about to call you. We ain't chatted in a minute, JC. But listen, I have to tell y'all, these last 2 days, I made a promise to myself that I was gonna start getting out of the house. Cause usually I'm here in the house. I don't go nowhere.
Yeah, all the time.
I'm here working on my remodel, which I got to get done. Last week I took a mental break. Plus I was dog sitting, and I know what my dogs will do, but I didn't want to be stripping those stairs with somebody else's dog here, and then they dog get into the stripper or whatever. Yeah. So I took me a mental break. I kind of missed her little ass. Diamond, yeah, she was little. Well, she was little in comparison to Sasha and Tiger. But she herself, I think, was like 60 pounds. She wasn't a little dog, but in comparison to Sasha and Tiger.
100-pound dog over there.
Yeah, Tiger's probably about 105 and Sasha's about 90. Yeah, she's
boy.
Wide, but he's stocky and thicker than her. But yeah, I was like, not too big of. But she called into the routine. It was so cute because, my dog door is for their size. And so she had to hop out, jump over it to get out it. But Tiger taught her how to go in and out, which was the cutest thing to see him teaching her how to use the door. But once she got it down, she got used to the routine. She was good. Matter of fact, when they came to pick her up, she did not want to go home. Wow. And Camille was like, come on, Diamond. And she just laid on down like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm good. They had to pick her up and put her in the car. It was so fun. She was like, I knew. Hey, she led the spoiled life over here. We had a good time. We had a good time. Yes, you just let me know, JC. Hit me up. Just let me know, and we most definitely will get you on here. And I would love for you to come once I get the patio back up and going. I gotta get my patio back cleaned up. But anyway, y'all. So Wednesday, I went to Southern Flair had a speed dating. I've never done speed dating before. I've heard people talk about it. I've seen it, but I've never participated. And so I didn't go to participate this time. I really went because I wanted to be curious to see who all would show up and how it was going to go. And unfortunately, they had way more women than they had men there. Yeah, but it was like 15, 20 women to 2 men. Awesome. Yeah, well, no, because the ladies wasn't too happy that it was you got 15, 20 women and 2 men.
They got way too many options.
Right. So like that didn't go over well, but it still turned out. I think everybody had a good time. It was a nice event. I did some networking and some socializing, and I actually went around and got some perspectives on tonight's topic. That was one of the other reasons why I went, because I like getting people's different perspectives. And plus I enjoy a nice cigar and chilling at a cigar lounge, which is why I got Matt here today to talk about his new spot. What's the name of it now?
Torch Cigar Lounge.
Torch Cigar Lounge. And where y'all located?
We're located at 3028.
Look at got the
Nir
address down.
Shreibman Blvd. in Vergne, Tennessee. Easy to locate. You know where the Regions Bank is located, and Vergne Beverage Depot. We're right behind it in the shopping center behind them.
It's a nice little spot. I went and hung out down there. I didn't mean to turn my Wi-Fi off. I went and hung out there last Sunday. But here's the killer. You know I got to tell this story. I guess I do. Yeah. Yes, I do. Because you put me on the spot. I got to put you on the spot. Listen. Don't Jesus, because you did it to yourself.
No, I didn't.
You did it to yourself.
No, that other person did
it. No, you did it to yourself. But first, I'm going to go back to Torch Cigar Lounge, and then I'm going to tell you about how I met.
Oh, my God.
So, but it's a really, really, really nice spot. Nice little chill vibe in there. We had a good little, it
was a good time.
Yeah.
She knew a common friend, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny had called and invited me up, and he was like, "Oh my, my guy Matt just opened up a new cigar lounge," and I love that we've got these cigar lounges popping up, black owned, and we're able to reinvest back into our own community. Exactly. Especially for us older folks, because I don't mind, I like a nice chill spot.
Yeah.
I ain't into all of that kind of extra stuff. But tell them what all that you got to offer at.
Well, the thing about it, you just mentioned just now that it's very relaxed. Torch Cigar Lounge, when I came up with the concept about 2 years ago, I wanted something that I know that I would visit. I've been smoking cigars for a number of years, and I've visited numerous cigar lounges throughout the country. And I spent a lot of time down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, DC area, smoking cigars, visiting lounges. So a lot of my ideas for my lounge came from those folks.
Okay.
And what I did, every time I visited a lounge, I would take a picture of a certain thing, a certain chair, or how the humidors look, or how they had their humidor set up, their bar, all those things they're stuck with me over the years. And I said, I wanted something I could just go in. I'm an older gentleman, I'm a little bit older than you guys.
No.
Okay, well, I'm an older gentleman.
Okay.
And I enjoy a nice, relaxed environment. I don't like a lot of loud noise. And I like a place where people can go, chill, talk, and communicate. Since I've had my lounge, I've had all walks of life come through there. And mind you, I've only been open since November 10th. I've had athletes, I had doctors, lawyers, bankers.
Everybody like a nice chill spot and a good cigar.
And everybody said the same thing. Matt, I love the places you got because it's so relaxing. And people love the light jazz that I play on the music, on the radio. They love that. They come in. I say, right now I'm a BYOB.
Okay.
But the thing about BYOB, people adjusted to it.
I know a lot of places that are BYOB.
And people adjust to it. And that gives a lot of people some flexibility to bring what they like to drink, whether it's wine,
Now, is there a bottle fee?
Yeah, we do have a $20 bottle fee, and that covers.
Okay.
You know, I don't have. It's $20 per bottle. I don't charge anything additional for anybody. For instance, you come in with 4 people with 1 bottle. That's all you're gonna pay $20. And most people say I like that because guess what? I got my crew with me, and we're gonna drink this bottle of what's this vodka right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't wait to have him on. That vodka is so smooth. Oh my God, it's so smooth.
Yeah. And I wouldn't drink mine with ice, but that's nice.
No, it doesn't need ice. Yes, JC, you definitely need to come and check him out. Let me know. We'll go together. We'll swing through there and holler at Matt for a minute.
Oh yeah, definitely. Come on down to Torch Cigar Lounge. I'm looking forward to anybody. Like I said again, that's why I was telling you earlier that I may have to leave earlier because I got people coming through. We're open till 11 tonight. We're open Monday through Thursday from 10 to 10. And on Friday nights, we're open from 10 to 11. Saturday from 11 to 11. And Sundays, we're always open for football from 11 to 9 or until the game's over with. So,
I'm going to give you just a little piece of advice.
Sure.
Make sure that your employees or partners or whoever it is, because see, oftentimes what happens when people start businesses and things and you get really engrossed into what's going on and controlling and all of these different things and you miss out on living life because your sole thought process and everything else is in your business. You need to make sure you can trust and relax with your employees. So, I mean, why hire somebody if you can't feel like you can, you know what I'm saying? You need to be able to relax and be away and not have to worry about it, is what I'm saying. Just make sure you got them employees.
I agree with that.
Hey, Hollywood. I missed y'all's show last night because I was at another event. Oh my God, that was a good event too. I gotta go back and watch that show.
Send the link out. You didn't send it out.
He never did send it to me. Hey, Carolyn. Welcome, darling. That's my sister, cuz. Welcome, Kanisha. But yeah, we gonna have to. Actually, we talked about coming and doing. Move this around a little bit toward me. Doing a podcast from the Cigar Lounge.
Okay.
Probably like on a Sunday or something like that.
Come on down.
Yeah, we'll come on and
set y'all up in a little spot.
Yeah, we'll set up and we tried it once. He knows Lovely and Jason from Big Love.
Oh yeah, that's my
yeah. So we had done. Me and Rick had set up, and then it got messed up. We were supposed to be recording. Somebody called my phone. Yeah, it was good. It really was a good conversation.
Oh yeah.
And so I hate that it didn't get fully recorded, but that's okay. That's okay. We got opportunities. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna set up and we're gonna come out to Torch and set up there. I met a gentleman Wednesday night who wants me to come to his jewelry store and do a podcast from his jewelry store.
Wow.
What did he say? Buck's jewelry store in Smyrna. So I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Buck. You know Buck?
Yeah, Buck came.
Oh my God.
Everybody know Buck.
Oh my God. I just met Buck.
Quite a bit.
Yes, and that's where I met him at Southern Flat.
Yeah.
Yes, I met him at Southern Flat, which is another spot. I kind of talked to Lovely about that too while I was there, about us maybe coming and doing a show from there. So I've been out networking. I've been working hard these last few days. Been working real hard. But y'all, we're gonna get into our subject before Matt have to leave. But now let me back up because I promised I was gonna tell what Matt did to me. No, I gotta tell what Matt did to me.
Why?
Because you put me on the spot in front of a group of people that I didn't even know.
How put you on the spot?
Let me tell the story. Y'all tell me. Now, y'all listen to my story. Y'all tell me.
Oh, Jesus.
Y'all tell me if I got put on the spot. So remember, we said my friend Kenny called. He was like, "Come up, my boy. Open up a spot. Come chill with me on Sunday." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna come through there." So I come through. I'm walking through the door. You know, bar full of men. There's one number of men sitting at the bar. So I walk on up. Kenny is sitting there. I speak to Kenny. Go to introduce myself to Matt. Well, he was introducing himself to me, and I was like, "Well, nice to meet you. You know, I'm KO." And he was like, "Yeah, I know. We've met."
I don't think I said it like
that. We met.
I don't talk like that.
Okay. I said you did. Now I'm giving in my voice. I ain't gonna talk like you.
Okay.
I can try to imitate your voice, but I'm not.
Gotcha.
But you did tell me when I said I'm Kim. You said, yeah, I know. You may not have said it the way I did. Stop. You just trying to keep me from telling the story.
No, I'm telling you.
So now I'm sitting there. I'm like, he said, yeah, we met. And I'm trying to think to myself. And he was like, you don't remember? Yeah, we met at City Winery. And so the way he said it, we met at City Winery. So I'm trying to think, well, when did I go to City Winery and I meet somebody? Because I ain't been to the City Winery that many times that I couldn't remember if I went to the City Winery and met someone. Okay? Because the way he said it, we met at the City Winery. So now I'm going through my mind like, hey, and then all the guys are sitting there looking, and they was like, well, damn, she don't even, you got that many you don't remember, and I'm like, I'm sitting there, and he was like, don't worry about it, and I said, no, I got to figure it out now, because you talking about we met, and I'm like, wait a minute. So now I'm thinking to myself, and I'm playing through all the times that I done been to the City Winery. And so there was only one time, and I can't say, and we didn't meet at the City Winery. He took me out on a date to the City Winery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when he said we met at the City Winery, I'm thinking, okay, did I go to an event there and I met somebody? We chit-chatted. So now I know it do still sound kind of bad. Damn, you went out on a date, you don't remember dude there, took you to the City Winery, you don't remember. But anyway, so I'm like, if you who I think you are, yeah, I remember. And I blocked your ass. I had to block you and the little crazy chick that I met you through. Right? And so then...
Hold on. The fact that I know who you talking about.
Yes. Had to block him and her. Y'all done played...
No, I wasn't harassing you.
But hold on.
I wasn't harassing you.
He set you up because you
had
to know that...
You shouldn't even have told the story. You should have
when I said
and so then one of the guys at the bar there,
I
he
thought
was
she was
like,
going to catch on when I said I met you because we met
no.
we didn't ride together.
See, that's different. No, you invited me out.
Yes,
I didn't want you to come pick me up.
And that was fine.
Yeah. And so that's why we met there. But the way you phrased it was like,
we met each other.
We met each other at the City Winery. And that's not how it was.
Okay, let's talk about the little crazy chick.
Man, that little crazy heifer. Let me tell you.
The fact that I know her.
You know her?
Yes. Because then he knows she crazy.
Well, I didn't know she was that crazy. I didn't know until that incident with this happened.
See, this is another instance of how people like to play games. See. Now I'm gonna tell all this business now. People like to play games.
I don't play games
because
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Her little crazy,
that
little crazy ass. So when he first came into my inbox, and I went and looked, I'm like, well, who is this person? Mm-hmm. I always go and look to see who we got mutual friends, like where you know me from. We have that one mutual friend, and so I immediately went to her. Like, who is this in my inbox? Oh, he cool. He's nice. Blah, 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 blah. Nah. He kept asking me out. Kept saying no. Yeah. You did. When you gonna let me take you out? Don't sit there and act like you pretending.
It didn't take that many times. It didn't take that many times. So we met a few times. That's why I knew you had a dog.
You knew I had a dog because I told you.
No, because I met you somewhere. We met and we talked someplace.
Where did we meet at that we talked?
We met someplace in a mutual area. It was a parking lot we met. We talked because you was going out somewhere and we met over there. I had my dog with me that day.
I don't remember none of that.
See, I do. I remember all that.
I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna let you tell the story.
I don't remember none of that.
Well, I knew you had a dog.
I don't remember none of that.
Your dog was a lot smaller back then.
No, talking about that same size.
No, I ain't talking about. I mean, it was. You had another dog. He was more agile than that. Because they're moving. It's older now. The dog's a lot older now. This been a few years. It's been a few years ago. It's been a few years
you
ago.
got me confused.
No, I know. I remember your truck. I remember the truck you had.
Hell, everybody remember that truck. I've been driving that same truck since
I met you.
1987.
I met you.
I mean, not 87, 98.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, but I know we met before we even went to City Winery. We had several companies. You used to run a lot.
I did. I walked a lot. Yeah.
Well, I know you used to exercise a lot.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
How did she get crazy in all this?
That's what I want to know.
Let me back up here. Yeah. So,
because I really need to know this part.
Yeah. So she was like, "Oh no, he cool. He good people. Blah blah blah. You should let him take you out. You should go out with him." No. She was like, "No, I promise you, he's nice. You should go. You should let him take you out." So finally, that's when I found was like, okay. He was like, "I'm gonna take you to the city winery because he's a member or something." What he had a membership, something like that. I remember. We went to. It was a Christmas thing.
I don't remember
because I see you don't even remember. It was in December. I remember. It's Christmas. But anyway, so after we go to the city, after we met at the city winery,
we did.
So after that, I get a message from him that says, "Can you call Lil Crazy?" I ain't gonna say her name. I'm just say that we're gonna call her Lil Crazy. Can you call Lil Crazy and tell her that nothing happened between me and you? What the fuck?
Nothing happened between us.
Nothing was ever going to happen between us.
I didn't say it was. I said nothing happened.
So then,
don't make it seem like that I was trying to get in your drawers like that. I never said you like that.
Well, first of all, I didn't pump your brakes, homeboy.
I know, but
because I didn't say that you did.
I'm just saying, but you make it sound like that.
No.
You make it sound like that. I didn't try to get in your drawers.
Don't listen.
Okay.
I'm trying to be nice.
Me too.
I'm really trying to be nice because I didn't make it seem like you were trying to get in my drawers. Because in nowhere have I mentioned sex. Did I say anything about it at all?
But the words you use are key words.
What words?
What words? The way you try to phrase this whole thing, people can read into that. What people are reading into it.
Can people or did you?
I read into it.
Yes,
I read into it. I'm not by myself though.
Who else read into it?
I know other people will.
Who?
I don't know. People on your followers.
But you're speaking for folks that ain't here.
Well, I'm just saying that people can.
Okay.
People can. So.
The people who know me.
Go ahead.
The people who know me know that you getting in my pants was not a thought process.
Okay.
Was not a concern. Was not a worry. Never even crossed my mind because I didn't view you that way. Which was the reason why I kept saying no to going out with you. Because I didn't view you that way.
Well, we viewed each other no way at all.
No,
we haven't met yet. We haven't met yet.
You getting a little tense over a story. It's okay.
I'm not getting tense. I just don't like how the story you're trying to tell it because you're not telling the complete story. Because we met several times before we even went out to City Winery. You don't remember that, but I do recall that.
Recall me.
We met several times. We got together. We didn't go out and do anything, but we met several times.
You seem real adamant to make sure that everybody knew that we met several times.
Did. We met several times because you leaving that part out. You need to let that part know also. We talked
What bearing does that part have on
it? It has a lot of bearing because you make it sound like that you postpone me going out with me to City Winery and say I put him off and put him off and put him off. And then I'll say, okay, I agree to go out with him, is what it's going to lead up to. But prior to that, we talked several times. We talked often. We talked often.
Okay. Let me
before we even got to City Winery part.
Because guess what? We wasn't even talking about you. We were talking about Lil Crazy. And we were talking about why she was crazy. But you seem to be getting your panties in a wad over something that didn't even happen.
All draws down here.
So calm down. I'm going to need you to pump your brakes.
I'm not going to calm down because I'm not going to let you my reputation over some
your reputation on what?
Of some BS that happened. I don't know how many years ago this was.
You know who's really messing up your reputation right now?
Don't say me.
Your reaction.
Yeah, my reaction is
to a simple story. Yes, you're being defensive.
But you're not telling the whole story. I want you to tell the whole story. That's all I want you to do. Tell the whole story.
The whole story.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell the whole story that we talked several times before then. You just telling business.
Which meant we had to talk if I kept saying no going out.
No, we met. We actually went out. We didn't go on no date, but we went out. We met. neutral place.
Okay.
So we went out. We didn't go on a date.
Okay. Okay. Again, yeah. So
keep me on.
yeah, I was trying to tell the story till he got in his feelings. So Lil Crazy calls me. So, well, what happened with you and Matt? Because he's saying that it. I said, hold up. First of all, I don't play these high school games. We don't do that. You can't say it's okay to go out with somebody. See, this is what happens. Oftentimes women be interested in somebody, then they want to act like they not. And she was like, oh, he cool. You go out, it's fine. But then I go out and then you upset and you want to be mad because I went to the city winery with your friend.
She get mad at you?
Evidently so, because I got a call to say, can you tell her that did nothing happen?
She get mad at me. She get mad at me. We talked several times after that.
Again, I blocked them both.
That's fine.
Because I'm like, we don't play these little children games. Like, no. My brother said, why you putting him on Front Street? Because he put me on Front Street when I walked into the cigar lounge.
I just said I knew.
Had them folks looking at me like, well, damn, you know, went out with somebody you don't even remember.
You know
and
what?
I'm sitting there like,
I see what this is right now. I didn't put you on Front Street when you came to my lounge. I talked to you and I said I recognized you as soon as you came in.
Matt, you way too defensive over something
Yes,
that's
I
not
am.
that
I am
serious.
defensive.
It's not that
It is
serious.
defensive because even people saying, why you put me on Front Street, which don't make no damn sense if you put me on Front
I
Street.
said in the beginning I was about to put you on Front Street. You know what I said?
That's fine, lady. Just do what you're going to do. Do your thing. I appreciate you inviting me on tonight, though.
I can't tell because you seem to be really upset.
Oh, I am. I'm getting upset because this is something that I sort of knew it was going to be like this. I knew he was going to tell this story before he got here. I knew he was going to tell this story, and the story really is irrelevant to what we're talking about today. We're talking about, you want to support the business and everything, which I appreciate that. But at the same time, you're talking about a story over, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know how long it's been, but it's a long time ago.
It seems to really be.
It does. It bothers me because I don't like when people try to. This is childish to me. This is sort of childish to me for you to bring up something that happened. Or I blocked him, make you feel good that I blocked him.
No, baby.
That's what I'm getting. So
that's not what it was.
Well, that's what I
took it there, but that's not what it was.
And I ain't gonna take it there.
It's not what it was. Not what it was.
Because I don't.
Because you don't what?
I don't like it.
Okay. But anyway, back to Lil Crazy. So that's why I had to tell her, no, don't call me, don't text me. I don't play those kind of games. We not in high school anymore. Like I don't do this. Yeah, she was, yeah.
And I know, and I thought I wouldn't thought that.
I don't know how you didn't think that. She was that way at the gym. So I don't know how you didn't think that. But anyway, we're going to because I know you got to get back to and it looks like you ready to go. We're going to go ahead and let you get on back to the cigar lounge.
I'm not ready to go. I just don't appreciate that. That's all it is. Like I said, again, I just don't appreciate it.
I'm going to say this. Hold on. Let me stop you. And I'm going to say it one more time. You took it way more serious than what it really was.
Oh, I did take it very seriously.
It was just hot.
I did take it very seriously.
Hold on. It was just a story. And by you getting defensive the way that you did is what made people think that there's more to the story than what it really was.
It is. You didn't tell the whole story. You didn't tell the whole story. You didn't tell the whole story at all. You just told bits and pieces. And I think when people want to tell a story, put all the facts out there.
Okay.
That's why I said put all the facts out there. You don't remember all the facts. I got a very good long-term memory.
And again, all of those facts played into what? Because his question was about Lil Crazy.
That's right.
And so I was telling him how I got to the point where I blocked Lil Crazy. So us meeting, this show is about self-reflection. Us meeting several times that I don't recall it. If we did, fine. But it really has no bearing on the story. It still doesn't change that she called me acting crazy because you and I went to the city winery and nothing happened. And I said in the beginning, nothing happened. But she was upset only because we went to the city winery. That was the whole point of the story until you went off on the deep end about things that wasn't relevant to why she went crazy.
Everything was relevant. Everything is relevant. At the end of the day, the only reason I came here because you said you were willing to promote my business. That's what I came here for. I came here to talk about cigars. You had a topic tonight that I don't really.
That we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the topic. Okay,
topic,
and which is the reason why I gave you the opportunity to gracefully leave the studio, but you didn't want to leave.
I told you before we got started.
To continue.
I told you before I got started. I was gonna leave early.
Again, you're being combative for no reason whatsoever.
I am because I don't like how you told that story. Because you can't. Well, I've had no intention ever to be able to sleep with you and all this other stuff. I said,
what did I say? I had no intentions of sleeping with you.
You said I didn't see you in that manner. Is what you said in those words.
I didn't say that until after you accused me.
No, I told
trying
you
to
that,
act like something was gonna happen.
I told you from the beginning. I said that wasn't my intention with you. Then you said, "Well, that was never my intention to ever do that with you."
Listen, you know what? You're in your feelings.
No, I'm not. I don't have.
And what I'm going to ask you to do is to go ahead and exit.
Have to leave. Leave. Like I said, thank you.
Go ahead and
thank
exit.
you for your time. Good to meet you, brother.
Yes, go ahead and exit.
I will.
Go on and hit the button and let him out. Oh my God, I ain't never in my life seen such. Thank you, Rick. I think he was really upset about that story, y'all. But he didn't seem to be upset about it when he called me out at the cigar bar. But I was really trying to tell about how a little crazy, how the chick was crazy. And he just went on off the deep end. Yes. Can we get to the topic? My gosh, yes. What the hell was that? Girl, I don't know. Is not laying on the countertop? Hold on, y'all.
Well, okay. Shit. So now y'all get to see. Oh, okay. Here I go. Y'all get to see how it gets every now and then with Kale. You know, I knew about the story before then. All I wanted to do was get the little crazy part of it. I know who she is, but I had no idea she was crazy like that. So I guess I better watch out. Whew. Shit, I'm tired. Couldn't find the damn remote to let him out. But he was a big man. I don't know what his deal was. She came at him kind of hard when he
Do what?
He came at him hard when he.
Because he came at me. You ain't finna come at me and think you ain't finna get got. Like you getting upset over nothing. What does the fact that you... And here's the killer, and then we're going to get on to the subject. The killer is, nigga, I don't remember you. I don't remember you.
That's like shit.
You want to get upset and not want... And I don't recall me saying anything about sex or that he was even trying to get in my drawers.
He opened it up.
Yes. Yeah. You opened that door, and I was trying to keep from telling you, nigga, you wasn't going to never get none of these drawers. You not my type. It was a pity date.
Oh, shit.
Because you kept asking. Like I said, he kept asking.
Damn, okay. Well, you just killed him there.
Okay, but Lord, let me get on to our subject. I was like, honey, you getting all upset over nothing. It was a story. Oh, you trying to make it sound like...
Oh, you just killed him.
No, he killed himself.
You said it was a pity date, though. Ah, fuck. Okay.
All right, y'all. Wait a minute. Okay. We're going to get back.
All right.
We're gonna get to tonight's topic. Lord have mercy. That was entirely too much. It is too much.
Interesting.
Right, y'all please and still go back and check out Torch Cigar Lounge. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. I don't even know you got any feelings. I ain't mad at you. But damn, dude.
I'd have never told none of that. I would let you go on with your story and been done with it.
Right, because I had moved on. We had moved on to a little crazy. But you want to pull it back to you. All in your feelings. Well, you making it sound like, well, when did I say any of that? Yeah. Or is that what you read into it? Yeah. That's what you read into it. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to get off of him. We're going to get off of him and we're going to talk about why are pretty girls single? Now, I will say Wednesday when I was at Southern Flair, we went around and talked to a different... My brother said, I thought I was going to have to make my way over. No. You ain't got to worry. Shit, you ain't got to worry about that. So.
I got your back.
I was not concerned at all. And I kept trying to calm his little ass down, like, pump your brakes.
Yeah, tell him about one. Might be all right.
You pump your brakes. You getting offended for no reason. Pump your brakes, because didn't nobody even say that. But anyway, so while I was at Southern Flair, I asked around, talked to different people about why they thought, what their perspective was on why pretty girls are single. I've seen so many different TikTok videos and different people talking about it. And men and women most definitely have varying perspectives on it. Yeah. And so what I found was most of the women that I spoke with and asked that question to, the majority of the responses was men are intimidated to come and speak to them, or they think, oh, because she's so pretty, she's already taken. So, why even approach? They know men think that, pretty women, you got to have they got high standards and all of these different things. And so most of the girls was like, because I know my value, I'm not going to settle for just anything, and all of those. Now, where the men gave, some of the men actually said some of the things that the women said about, especially not feeling like pretty women, she too pretty. Yeah. I'm not gonna approach her. She's probably already taken. All of those different things from a body image perspective of, she looked like she high maintenance. She looked like, so they kind of agreed, and said a little bit about what, like the ladies were saying, that they look at a pretty woman and assume that she isn't single or she's not going to be their type, so they don't even bother to approach.
But a lot of them are unapproachable.
Why? Well, share your male perspective on why you think that pretty girls are unapproachable. Why you say that?
Because you walk up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And that look like, nigga, go on.
Okay.
And then if you get that enough, you'd be like, I ain't messing with them. They're gonna have to give me the signal.
Well, I can see that. I can definitely see that. That is some of what I got from the men, that oftentimes pretty girls have stank attitudes. Yeah. And the attitude kind of takes away from the beauty. And so, hey love, welcome. And so, and actually the funny thing about that is, one of the things that a man said to me from his perspective, he said he feels like that pretty girls are suffering from, well, not all of them. He was like, most pretty girls, he said, I feel like have some underlying like childhood issues, different things that they're battling, that they're dealing with. he said, that makes them unapproachable and defensive. And so I had to take a step back and think about that. Like, is it really true? Like, what could be childhood trauma that that a pretty girl could have? Now, I can't, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't even lie. Sometimes you pick on the pretty girls.
Especially back in our day.
Yes, they used to pick on the pretty girls. Yes. So, yeah, they could have some childhood trauma that's making them defensive about it.
So, hell, what they call now bullying.
And pretty girls still get bullied.
Yeah,
they're still getting bullied. A lot of people are still getting bullied over anything, and people will most definitely do that if they feel like, oh, you too pretty, you getting too much attention, you too this or you too that, then they will, they'll bully, they'll torture. So he had a point, and I said I really hadn't thought about it from that perspective. And so their defense from childhood trauma could be the reason why they're single, because now they got that shield up. And then, you got to be willing to come in and kick that shield down.
And then something I was thinking about when I saw the topic, there's not enough men.
True. Love says, getting over sexualized. I'm still traumatized from my childhood. Most pretty girls are sexualized. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you on that. Most of them are sexualized. They definitely are.
Yeah, but like you look at TikTok now, you see the pretty women, and that's all they're doing is showing what they got. Then all next 5 seconds into it, they twerk.
But that's the trend,
and I hate that shit.
That's the trend, which kind of leads back to Love's statement of being sexualized from the trauma. I mean, because now social media, everybody's putting it out there, and so I wonder, are the pretty girls doing that just because they're seeking attention?
Gotta be.
Or what's the reason? What's the reason for it? Is kind of my thing. I will tell you this. I used to hang with pretty girls. I used to love to hang with pretty girls.
That's because you like to fight.
No, I don't like to fight. I did not. Now, I only fought if I had to. If I didn't have to, I did not fight. I am not a fighter. I am not. But that don't mean I won't whoop your ass, but I am not a fighter. I am not a fighter. I promise you I am not. I hung with pretty girls because pretty girls got you in places free. They got in the VIP. They, and the funny thing, and here's the funny thing about it though. When I posted this topic, having one of my favorite sayings from Nene Leakes on The Real Housewives was, a hit dog will holler.
It will.
And so when I posted this topic, I immediately got a phone call from one of my girlfriends, and I hate she ain't on here. And I said, I'm gonna be talking about, because she was one of the pretty girls that I hung with. That's what I hung with, y'all little pretty girls. And then she was like, you got some nerve because you act like you didn't get stuff free. And then Stella and Ella and blah, blah, blah. And I said, see, that's different. I was a sexy girl. The sexy girls and pretty girls, we different. We different. But I had to crack up. I was cracking up laughing at her. I said, but dog, y'all got it, man. I ain't mine. Y'all go on. Y'all walking ahead of me. I used to tell people, I just said, girl, I'm going to hold up a sign, get folks to pay me $5 every time somebody wants to walk by and look at your ass. Like, yes, I love hanging with pretty girls because you get all kind of shit. But one of the things that the men said was that pretty girls had expectations but brought nothing to the table. And they felt like that their looks alone was enough. And you were supposed to do these things just based on the way they look. Moselle says, men forcing themselves on women, some have experienced trauma such as date rape. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because people don't understand no means no.
You don't even have to tell me no. if you act like you don't want to be bothered, you got like 5 good seconds to be like, ugh, you ain't ever got to worry about it. I don't want it. I mean, it could be somebody I'm with. If you act like you don't want me for 5 good seconds, don't even worry about it. I get it somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. Yeah,
fuck him.
Yeah. But there, I feel like, I mean, I did get a wide array of perspectives on why they think pretty girls are still single or are single. And the funny thing is, it's such a trend on TikTok of girls making it, and and men think this, and pretty girls are single because of this, and pretty girls are single because of that. I want to say this. I feel like, hold on. We got a comment. Kanisha says, when I first moved here, I was literally damn near molested in the parking lot of the hookah bar. If it wasn't for my best friend being with me and going off on dude, they honestly is no telling what. And that's, you know what? And that's true. And that's horrifying. That's horrifying for all women. Yeah. For all, whether you consider yourself a pretty girl or not, that sexual trauma is definitely a major reason why a lot of women are single or unable to emotionally connect in a relationship. Yeah. And really the sad part about it, and this is kind of jumping off topic a little bit, the sad part about it amongst the African American community, these things happen. Our girls are getting molested and all of these different things, and sometimes within the family itself, but everybody want to keep those family secrets. Yeah. And don't nobody want to tell what's going on. And instead of letting people know, then this same person just going around, and now it's horrible, but it's a sad truth. But we need to open up and do something about it.
It's like if you lined up 10 women, I'm sure 8 of them have been through it.
More than likely. Absolutely.
Which is fucking
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's sad that is a reality. It's sad, but absolutely. If you line up, I agree with you. Probably 8 out of 10 women have some type of story they can tell you about some type of sexual trauma in their life. And when you're pretty, it makes it even, your chances are even higher. Because oftentimes beauty is sexualized, and that's the only way people see you. Is through that way, through that sexual light. Well, let's see. Moselle said for sure that statistic is real. Absolutely, absolutely, and it's a sad statistic, but I believe it is a real statistic, and it is probably a large portion of why pretty girls are single. It definitely is. But it's funny because, well, not the sexual part. The funny part was that when I talked to the women, most of their perspective came from, what's the word I want to look? I'm going to say most of their responses came from like a female empowerment type of stance. Like, I know my value. I know my worth. I'm not just going to settle. I'm not going to do these things. And then the male perspective was majority from an emotional standpoint of them having to deal with the scars. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what women, we don't think about sometimes. Our trauma definitely is real. But when we put that trauma onto someone else, and then someone else has to be responsible for that emotional trauma. And that's what one of the guys said. He was like, I felt like she was taking out all of her frustration and her anger that she had from dealing with someone else on me. And he was like, finally, I got to the point I couldn't deal with that, and I had to pull away.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, and so I found it really strange that most of the men they took it to a more of an emotional perspective of, you know, they have these expectations. They want me to do these things, and then I'm not getting anything in return. Or, you know, I had one guy that was saying, you know, he paying rent, but you ain't got no key.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ain't no fucking way in here.
That's what I said.
I wish the hell
that's what I said. How you paying rent and you ain't got no key? And so they've gone through these different things, and I think it's put a bad taste and a bad perspective on the pretty girl, because not all pretty girls are like that. But people have that expectation just because they look at her and think she's beautiful, that I ain't gonna, because I already know what I'm about to deal with when it comes to her.
And I've met some cool ass pretty women though. I mean, I didn't want them, but you know, I just thought they was cool as hell.
Yeah, and I will tell you, for me, from my perspective, I know men that are like that too. I know pretty, like, and I say all the time, I don't like pretty niggas. I don't want no pretty guy. I can't. I don't want no man to take longer than me to get ready, and you gonna spend more time in the mirror than I spend in the mirror. It's not going to work. It is not going to work for me at all. Not at all. And we are not gonna function. Yes, that is true. She said, real talk, some women have unrealistic expectations. Yes. Yeah. And that's what I got from a lot of the guys, that they have these expectations of what the man is supposed to do or has to do just because she's pretty. And if you don't want to do it, then that's okay, because I can move on to the next one and find somebody who's willing to do it.
But what you're going to do is just keep moving and moving, because eventually you're going to wear your welcome out at that next man. And then you go to the next man. Then your ass going to be old.
Mm-hmm.
Face and ass will wear out.
There you go.
What you going to do?
There you go. And actually, because we talked about the body augmentations, that's the way I'm going to put it. And I get this all the time from men when they say it's not about how, like, those booties and all of that. That's not really what they're looking for or what they want.
No.
And so I always find it is odd because, but it's in reality, most of the time when women get those type of things done, and trust me, I love to have me a tummy tuck. I talk about it all the time. Get me a tummy tuck. But we do it for ourselves, and we do it for other women to look at us and think that we're, you know, we look good. Oh, girl, you went and got you a booty now. You know, that's the new trend. We're not doing it for the guys.
No.
We're not doing it for the guys.
I mean, it's good to look at from a distance, but it ain't. The natural ass is way different than that.
Yeah, the way it moves, the way it's shaped, absolutely, 100% is totally different. And then you look at them, and you're not, like Kanisha just said, body dysmorphia, because now your hips and your butt don't match your thighs, and you look like you got two chicken legs as opposed to But they're doing it because that's what they see. That's the new trend. That's what people are looking for, because they think that's what men want.
Man, that's what we need to do. We need to just sit down one day, get a whole bunch of dudes ranging in ages, and be like, what is it that you want from a woman?
Oh, we would love to know that, what y'all want. Because I'm gonna tell you, as a woman, and even though I do say this myself, as a woman, we get tired of hearing, I don't need nothing from you. I got this. What you got to offer? What you got to offer? I got all of this. What you bringing to the table? What you got to offer? And so if you're saying to a woman, and then remember, this is about perspective. I want you to listen to this perspective. If you are saying to me, you don't need me for nothing, I can pay my bills, I can do this, I can do that, What are you bringing to the table? What do you have to offer me? Well, you just took everything else off the table. The only thing else I got left is me.
That's it.
Is me. And so now you telling me is not enough.
So what is it that you want?
Exactly. That's what we want to know. What is it? What do y'all want? Because you consistently tell us, I don't need you. Consistently. We don't need y'all.
Yeah.
What you got to offer. But I don't need none of that. Now what you got?
I mean, if it's like that, why don't you just call me when you want me? And let me just go back and forth, because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. So we would love to have a panel of guys and y'all all sit down and tell us what you want.
Let's see if I can work that out.
Yes, I would love, and I'm sure the ladies would love to hear it too. Like, what do you want?
I got some young fellas that's pretty good in the head that wanted to come on the show. I said,
yeah, you mentioned them. I told you to tell them to come on.
I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, I definitely. I told you to tell them to come on.
I sat and talked to them. I know 3 hours one day, and I was like, this is refreshing to see y'all young dudes with some sense.
Listen, I love it when I talk to a young guy and he has a very good grasp on what he's looking for. And matter of fact, the husband of the dog that I sat for, her husband, man, and I tell him all the time, every time Reginald call me, or he come over here, we talk for hours. One time he came over here to get something and he was walking out and I walked him out and we stood at the fence and probably talked another good 2-3 hours, and finally she called because it was after midnight and she was like, I got worried, like, where is he? He said, you know how me and Karen do when we get to talking. Or he'll call me because he drives, he owns his own truck and he'll call me and we'll be, so Reggie, we've been out here 3 hours. Let me get off his phone talking to you. But his mentality and the way he thinks is so good. And I love that about him. And he's honest about, because he and I had a conversation about, oftentimes men want to overlook what us women bring to the table.
Yeah.
Because you think you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said he had to stop that and take a step back and realize, you know what, let me get her input, because she's looking at it from a different perspective than how I'm looking at it. Yeah. And he said, and sometimes her perspective be right, and she'll tell me and I'll be like, no. And he said, and then I sit back and I'll be thinking about it, and he'd be like, you know what, she right.
Yeah. She
right. And he said, there's a lot of things that I've done because I listened to what she said. And he was like, it wasn't like she was, trying to say, no, don't do this, you do it this way. She was like, well, here's what I think. You make the decision, but here's what I think about it. And so he said he had to learn to be open to her perspective and listen, because she gave him fresh eyes from a different viewpoint and things that he may not have thought about.
That's right.
And so he was like, he's done a lot of things and had a lot of things accomplished because he started to do that. Well, Love says, I need testosterone in my life. It's an absolute must because of the balance it brings. Pretty or not, a real heterosexual woman wants a man in some capacity. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all, that goes both ways, male and female. We all want that companionship. We all need the opposite sex. Gotta have it. We can't even exist, grow, move, nothing without it.
But, I have to have somebody that I vibe with. We have to be like-minded, because, I'm unorthodox. Certain shit I like, other motherfuckers may not like. So
that's true.
I tend to have a long conversation, be like, look, I like this.
Listen, that is true. And actually, going back to the topic of pretty girls, now I had this happen to me recently. So I met a guy came into my inbox. Nice looking gentleman. We had the conversation of, I'm not looking for a relationship. Like, you know, he was like, well, what are you looking for? You know, somebody I can travel with. We can go kick it. We can hang out. Mm-hmm. You know, I said sex, and he asked me about it, like sex is a must. That's an absolute must. But I'm not looking for a relationship. Well, after that, every time I had a conversation, his conversation was all about sex. That was his whole, and I'd be like, you bragging about his abilities, bragging about this, bragging about that. And I'm like, well, you seem mighty proud about it. And finally I had to have a conversation with him, and I told him, I said, you know what? I don't think me and you, like, we're not looking for the same thing. It's not gonna work. And he was like, well, why do you say that? Say, seems like to me your focus really is sex. And don't get me wrong, like sex is a must for me. But that's not all. Like, I'm looking for more than that. And he was like, well, you said sex was a must. And I said, yeah, just because I said it was a must don't mean that that's what I want. Every time we have a conversation, I want to talk about sex. Yeah,
so he should have left alone. When
right.
You said sex is a must.
It's already a done deal. Why we still talking about it?
Talk about it?
Why we got to keep having the conversation? And that's kind of how I am. What else can you talk about? Because you're talking about something that's really not even necessary for us to discuss.
No, once I know it's on, we ain't gotta say two words about it.
Yeah, why are we still having that conversation? And so, just like in being, and we were talking about how pretty girls are sexualized, I can see that from the number one word used to describe me is sexy. Everybody thinks I'm sexy. Men, women, that's all I ever hear is, oh, you so sexy. And then it's difficult sometimes for me to get men to see past the sexiness. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sexy. I love being sexy. I love sex, but there's more to me than that. That's not like, and I even said to him, well, you know, I'm sapiosexual, but maybe he didn't understand the word. And we got to have some great conversation. Yeah. I don't want to talk about sex all the time. Matter of fact, and I literally said to him, I don't want to talk about it. I'll be about it. Talk about it. I prefer to be about it. Keep having no conversations about sex. That doesn't turn me on. Matter of fact, it turns me off. And then you've really lost my interest because we can't even have a conversation without you talking about sex. Yeah. And so that we can't conversate that way. I'm not interested in that. And that's a struggle oftentimes for pretty women, getting men to see past that physical aspect and see us for more than just a pretty face.
But I think when it's like that, really that's all that man wants. He don't, I mean, if you want to call it like it is. All he see
is that pretty.
And that's all he wants.
Mm-hmm. Which leads to, again, and that then, okay, this is the vicious cycle though. Mm-hmm. So if that's all he's looking at, and I'm going to do whatever to keep you around just because I think you pretty, that sets her expectation. Because if he going to pay for it and he going to pay my rent and he's going to do these things and all he wants me to do is be on his arm and be arm candy and that's all I got to do, then I'm going to have that expectation of the next man that comes along. Like, well, shit, I ain't you trying to get more out of me than that. And why I got to do that for? But I can get somebody else over here that's going to pay my bills and do all of these other things. And all I got to do is be cute. Yeah. So then it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle that goes around and around. So you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Right. So we all play a part in it. Women play a part, men play a part, but you can't treat us like dolls. No. And then get upset when we have those expectations. But if you wasn't the man that did it, I mean, I get it. You can't have that expectation of every man, which is why probably some pretty girls are single, because you got that expectation that all men are supposed to cake you. I guess that's the term they use. And you looking to be caked, and everybody ain't gonna cake you.
Yeah. Hell, everybody ain't able.
There you go. Everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able. It almost goes back to remember that video of the girl and did I post that with the IHOP where she called the Uber and she got mad because he took her to Waffle House. I mean to IHOP, and she was like, "For real? Do I look like an IHOP type?" Like, girl, you look like you was going to the gym. Like you wasn't even dressed for all these places that you were demanding that he had to take you to. But she had, and she was like, "Look at me, look at me. Do I look like IHOP?" Yeah. So that there's another reference of a pretty girl who has an expectation based on how she looks. Mm-hmm. Based solely on how she looks, that she has an expectation that a man has to treat her a certain way. Yeah. But I will guarantee you she got that expectation because somebody did it.
Yeah.
Somebody did it.
He wasn't the one though.
Yeah, somebody did it. But we have to be able to take a step back. Is it fair to have that level of expectation?
No. Not
those unrealistic expectations of people to do and take care of you just because of how you look?
They do it.
Oftentimes it's done. And I can't lie. I have most definitely used my looks on more than one occasion to get things that I wanted. It is what it is. It is what it is. Because if you let me know you find me sexy and you enthralled, if you want to do it, I'm gonna let you do it. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep telling you, no, you ain't finna.
See, us men, we can't do that.
Nah, well, some of y'all do. I had a guy one time ask me, was I gonna buy him some $300 shoes for his birthday? Oh. And I said, I don't even own a pair of $300 shoes. What makes you think I'm gonna buy you a pair of $300 shoes? Oh, it's like that. You make the money you say you make, and you can't afford a pair of $300 shoes. I said, it ain't about me being able to afford it. I can afford whatever I want. The point is, I'm not gonna spend $300 on a pair of shoes for somebody else. If I won't spend $300 on a pair of shoes for me, what makes you think I'm gonna spend $300 on a pair of shoes for you? That's a level of confusion there. That's not going to happen. And so he was a nice looking guy, and probably somebody has bought him the expensive things that he wanted, which is why he felt comfortable making that demand to me.
I couldn't even fix my mouth to ask.
Oftentimes things are learned behaviors, and people do what they know that they are capable of and can do because somebody has done it. Because somebody has done it. And so we grow, well, not grow, we start to have that expectation because multiple people have done it. And if you keep getting it, is that a reason why pretty girls are single? Because they just keep moving from man to man, and whoever's gonna take care of them next. And once this one, I done drained him, and I'm gonna move on to the next one.
But what about the ones that ain't had a man in years because he's not on my level? They're not on my level.
Yeah, I use them a lot.
I know you didn't know ass.
Love says men lead with money, then get upset when women have the expectation. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
That's men that ain't got nothing.
Right.
No sense.
And that's what they used to. That's how they get the pretty girls. Yeah. Is by leading with money, which leads to their expectation of it. And so when the next person comes along, if you're not willing to do that, then I'm gonna move on. He ain't nothing. Let me move on to the next one.
I would never lead with money ever. Yeah, that don't even make sense. But
let's see. Moselle said, if I knew I was in trouble at work, I'd wear something that my boss had complimented me on in the past. When I came in the office, he'd forget why I was in trouble. Ain't nothing wrong with that. listen, we have all been guilty of using our sexuality and our looks to our advantage. I mean, it is what it is. It is very true.
Okay, I guess I do have a story.
Go ahead.
I knew I got in this restaurant, and I knew from the second I saw this lady, she was sweet on me.
Oh, you done got free everything, didn't you? She hooked you up. See? Mm-hmm.
And I was just being regular because I'm not forceful when I talk to them. I'm just easygoing. And then she just told me all kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I said, he's treating you like that. He shouldn't do that.
See?
And she ate it up. She stood there.
Everybody wants a little attention.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, you don't give her no attention?
Everybody is looking for a little attention.
And I was like, I ain't gonna eat all this shit. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Mm-hmm. You listen. Nice looking men, just like nice looking women, use their looks to their advantage. And you knew, like you said, you knew she was sweet on you.
Look.
Let me go.
It was that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all know.
I was like, oh, okay. The thing is, I just started paying attention to it. I never really paid attention to it.
Now, let me tell you, I often, and I ain't gonna lie, I miss it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to go to 1440 all the time, because when I was in there working out, I be in my zone, I got my head down and I'm working out. And it wasn't until afterwards that I had a conversation with somebody and they was saying, like, man, everybody up in the gym was looking at you. And I was like, what?
Hey,
I ain't seen none of it.
You walk past me, you were like, so.
I'm there to work out. That's what I said. And people be like, I know you get hit on at the gym all the time. No, because I'm in the gym to work out. I ain't really paying no attention. Love says attention is a drug. Folks like to feel flattered. Yes, everybody wants to be flattered. Everybody wants to. Let me tell you something. So Wednesday, as I was getting dressed to go to this little speed date, at first I was gonna dress down. I was gonna throw on, some. I think I pulled out some leggings and a little top or whatever. Then I said, no. This speed date, I might change my mind, decide to participate. Let me go on and get cute. And I hurt my little feelings because I went into my closet. I had to find, my little fat ass. Y'all know I done gained weight, so I had to find something that I could put my little fat ass in. And I pulled this dress out, cute dress. When I say that dress hugged everything. So I threw a little sweater-like thing over top of it, because the butt was atrocious in it. Because when I say it hugged. So I'm like, well, let me camouflage some of this. But still, I look damn good in the dress. I knew the minute I walked up in the place and heads turned. So she's right. I saw, oh, yeah. Your girl looking cute tonight. Yeah, I know. Got my knee-high boots on. I'm cute. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it. And so as the night went on and I'm having conversations with people and I'm asking the men why they didn't want to participate in the speed dating. And one of the guys was talking, I don't even know how we even got back to the subject. And I was like, well, we were talking about how often I come up there. And I was like, well, this is only my second time coming. I hadn't been here before. And he was like, yeah, I saw you. And I said, you saw me? And he said, yeah, I saw you when you came across the street. You come across the street, you walked up here to this door, and that door was locked, then you went down there, and you came in there when you stood over there and talked. So he followed me all the way from across the street, but did not approach me or say anything to me until later when I was conversating. As a matter of fact, he got up and came to join the conversation. I was talking to two other guys. Mm-hmm. And matter of fact, he got up and came on. He said, you done talked to everybody else and you ain't talked to me. And I also want to sit on down and have a conversation. So, but I didn't even know that any of them were interested until later on, because nobody came up and said, hey. Daddy. And I most definitely was socializing and chit-chatting with everybody.
They should have shot their shot then.
And they didn't shoot their shot until I came and started talking. Then one guy, he gonna tell me, you know I'm shy. I say, nothing about you shy. I said, how you go from shy to hitting on me in 2.5 seconds? You ain't shy. you ain't shy. So that is definitely, so when I got those different perspectives from pretty girls, I 100% understand that. I 100% understand that. Oftentimes, we don't get approached because people have that expectation. Yeah, I look at you now. She ain't. I ain't gonna be her type.
Well, if you don't
shoot your shot, you never know. You gotta shoot. Oh, we over an hour. If you don't shoot your shot, then we gonna get off of here and just move. But you got. I think the main takeaway is that, from my perspective, what I see too often on social media and other places is finger pointing. You either see the men blaming the women, the women blaming the men, the women blaming women. That's a new trend. Women blaming women, men blaming men. Everybody is pointing a finger, but nobody is really wanting to take a step back and say, okay, let's start being accountable. What part do I play in this? Right. Because I say all the time, if you have the same experience with different people, common denominator is you. That's right. When are we going to take a step back and really take a look at ourselves? And so, as a pretty girl, to say to all you pretty ladies out here who are still single and you don't understand, take a step back. Is it you? Is it you or is it them? And you have to really want to be honest with yourself and take and look, and can you say, okay, I see why he would feel that way. I can understand now why he was like, you want me to pay all your bills, but I can't even have a key. I can see those. But can you as the person that's doing it, take a step back and be honest with yourself to say, that ain't right. That ain't right. And for the men have to really stop sexualizing women.
It's hard to do.
It is hard. It is hard.
And I'm gonna say something that's a lot of men probably ain't gonna agree with it, but porn is really killing relationships.
Okay, elaborate on that. That might have to be another topic. How is porn killing? Because I'm not a porn watcher, so.
Because as men, you watch porn, you have unrealistic expectations of that woman.
Okay.
And if that woman don't give it to you like you see it there, you're just gonna move on to the next.
Interesting.
I can go deep in that.
And that definitely, you'd have to educate me on that. When Love says it's absolutely a must. However, in my previous relationships, I didn't go without. You're not supposed to go without. She said, that's it, Rick. Yes. I'm not a porn watcher, so I can't relate to that. It's a turnoff to me. The noise, all the horrible acting, the all that unnecessary hollering and screaming. It's a turnoff to me.
If more people have seen how they actually made, you'll be like, what?
I don't want to know how it's made. I don't want to know. I don't want.
But yeah.
Moselle Marie said yes. She agrees with you. Porn is killing relationships. True. Yeah. It 100% is. Yes. But like I said, I'm not a porn watcher, so I can't really speak on that because that stuff irritates me.
As much as I hate that,
I'd rather put on a performance for you. I don't want to watch porn. If you want to watch it, and I have to tell you, I might get in my feelings about that. I don't know if I could date a man that was deep into watching porn, because I would want me to be his porn. Like, when you want to record me or something. If you want to watch porn, watch me. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Oh, we need to talk about that.
I don't know how I would feel about that, but I've never dated anyone that was deep into porn, so I don't know how I would feel about that. That's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have to have that. You know what? That need to be our next topic. Is porn killing relationships? That's deep. You have to educate me on that one, because I don't watch it. And to be honest, and I'm sitting here now trying to think, do I don't think I've ever dated anyone. And if he was, I didn't know it.
Right.
I didn't know he was deep into porn if he was. So that's deep. That's interesting. Christy said porn addiction killed her marriage. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a show on this one. We're gonna have to do a show, because that's a perspective I have never thought about. That okay. What did Ganesha said? Moses said no recording though. Well, now listen, we in a serious relationship,
right,
in order for me to allow you to record me, because because
we both got to,
we both got to have a lot to lose behind that recording. This got to be locked up and stay at one place, and whatever we recorded it on, and it ain't getting uploaded to no.
No, you ain't putting it in the cloud.
It ain't going to the cloud. It ain't going nowhere. And we're going to keep it in the safe under lock and key to make sure don't nobody get it. And she said, what she say? Tag me when you do. Okay. Hey, we may do that next Friday. Is porn killing relationships? That's a topic I would have never thought about. I never would have thought about that.
You'll probably hear a lot of different perspectives from the people listening on that.
And Kanisha says, and foreplay is a lost cause. I think that depends on the person.
It does.
That depends on the person. And that really does. And I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna say this. In that instance, to me, that's about knowing your partner.
Exactly.
And if you know that person enjoys foreplay and that's what they want before, and you choose not to give it, that person is knowingly. Yeah. Like, why would you even want to be with them? That's somebody that's knowingly not giving you what they know you want. And so, yeah. Because I feel like if people who really care about you, if it's something that I know you enjoy and you like for me to do, then I'm going to do that because I know it pleases you. And I'm going to do those things to make you happy. And so when people, especially something simple as foreplay, you can't give me foreplay. And you know I like foreplay. Now me, but you know it depends. If I'm emotionally connected to you, then I like foreplay. I'm all into the foreplay if we're emotionally connected. If we're not emotionally connected, I don't need none of that. I'm here for a reason. We don't need all of that. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry about the beginning of that, because
I forgot about it already.
Yeah, because that was he really got his panties in the wad, and I shouldn't have said I did say you got your panties in the wad. Yeah, I mean,
you hit a hole, but you kept jabbing him, and I was like, I almost felt sorry for him until he kept coming back.
He kept coming back, and I was trying not, and I was like, huh. But all right, y'all, we're gonna get off of here. We are going to get off of here, and that's probably next topic of porn killing relationships, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.